Welcome everyone to our anonymous meeting of Video Game Book Club, episode 1. So earlier, I think it was earlier December or late November, we all voted for A Plague Tale to do the very first episode of Video Game Book Club. Basically, it's kind of just like what you'd expect from a standard book club, but video games. We all have to play the game with the intention of finishing it, and at the end, we all share our thoughts, share our experiences. So the game that we played was A Plague Tale. It's available on Xbox Game Pass. Without going too deep into the story, it is essentially it's kind of like a survival horror, mostly stealth. Actually, would you guys even classify it as a survival horror game? Not really, right?
Not survivor. It's not survival.
It's more like
survival is there, but
Yeah.
it's not horror. It's like thriller.
Yeah. Okay.
survival.
There's horror elements to it.
There's horror elements, but it's more like the anxiety was stronger than any horror aspect.
So
of
it's
the
more of
game.
like a thriller kind of thing.
That's exactly what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's a
Survivor,
survivor
stealth.
thriller,
with horror
survivor
elements.
thriller.
To give like quick context of what the game's about, it's essentially you're trying to bring your brother and help him find a cure during this medieval setting during the plague times. That's why it's called the Plague Tale. I got a list of questions for you guys. We're gonna go left to right, starting with Shai Shen. Describe the game in one sentence.
Dragging your annoying brother through hard times.
Okay.
No, I can't.
All right.
That's a hard one.
All right,
It's a
Maduro,
very
your turn.
Your brother be sick and you don't want to deal with it, but that's all you got. Don't die.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Hey, Narxa.
I would say it is a amazing game with potential, saving your brother, kind of forming a family
Whoa. Okay.
with garbage controls and gameplay.
Damn it, that was better than mine.
Oh boy.
I'm upset.
Okay.
Mhm.
And a
Surviving
verb.
the dark times while finding a cure. No, wait, that's somewhat the same as
No.
what Shai said.
Ah,
That's
that's
fine. That works.
That's legit.
My sentence is rats.
Right. Dang it.
Rats.
Everyone had a better answer than me.
Rats, comma, are everywhere.
Ratatouille,
That's all I got.
but horror version.
Oh, yeah. Ratatouille.
If Ratatouille was made by
Ratatouille,
the-
but everywhere.
Ratatouille.
if Ratty took
Said they
Ratatouille.
eat you.
Yeah. What did you like best about A Plague Tale?
I think the best thing, like that actually got me, because I'm not too much of those type of games, was that eerie, bleak atmosphere you get from a plague. Like
Mhm.
usually in a game like that, like Survivor, or like it's in a stealth game, you're hit with more of emotion instead of like the game,
Mhm.
and just that atmosphere of death around you, that this world is super impacted by the cause of this disease and all this pain and suffering. I think that's probably one of my favorite parts that this game had to offer.
Actually, I really like the spoopy music.
Mhm.
'Cause that made me really, really anxious. I kept checking my heart rate when those happened because I'm like, I'm not scared, but for some reason, this music is making my heart beat at like 150 beats per minute.
Like when they start hitting you with those stringed instruments. Like the
Yeah,
really
and then, like,
disturbing-
The violin is like freaking out, and then like you make it across, and it's like gets quiet again,
Uh-huh.
and it picks up again, and it just disappears, and I'm like, why? Stop! You're playing with my heartstrings.
Best thing about the game, I would say, is the rats.
Okay.
Just because that
They're adorable.
it's sure. It's just, you can say that. It's just really impressive how they somehow optimizes to have so many rats on the screen
Mhm.
when you're playing, and the way that they interact, and they don't really like glitch out. And it's like the way they design the game a lot around that mechanic of having to avoid the rats while at the same time using them to your advantage to take out enemies in different various ways. I found that very cool when like a game is able to take something, make it a little bit new. And since the Plague Tale was mostly like based on the rats, I think that was the strongest thing. And probably after that, it would be just somewhat of the story and how it's the setting is in the 1300s, which is actually very cool because you don't see a lot of games or very few games that have a 1300 setting, and it's
Yeah.
like very story driven, similar to The Last of Us,
Yeah.
and all
That's
those
true,
types
that's
of
true.
games.
I like the story and the character development of them,
Okay.
because it's like throughout the story there's like some sort of like it starts off all peaceful and all, and then later on, like, you start to realize that
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Oh no, he cut off. Hello?
He cut off, and then Shaishan started rustling.
Uh-oh, so we can't,
Oh shoot!
we can't hear you?
It's funny because that is a good metaphor for what he's trying to talk about.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, as you're saying.
yeah, and then it's as the characters like progress in the story, they're starting to like there's like some ups and downs. It's like the relationships with and meeting up with new characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that anime kind of feeling to it,
Uh-huh.
but like a real life relationship like between siblings and making new friends or something like that.
Whoa! Are you trying to say anime isn't real? Real
Uh-oh.
relationships? Whoa! I was kidding.
By the way, everyone's opinion in this video is solely theirs. They're the sole proprietary.
Oh shoot!
Well, I could be wrong about
No,
that.
no, dude. Like,
Nah, that's your feeling.
whatever you feel, like, don't hold back in terms of the like what you thought about the game. For me, my the thing I liked best about the game, it's kind of like a mixture of what Shaishin and Nox are talking about, or just like the set pieces. Like, I played a lot of games, but there were some things that I had never seen before. Like that whole section, if you guys remember, the parts where we saw all the slaughtered pigs, all the slaughtered soldiers on the battlefield, just like. You know that this is like a messed up, depressing time. It's the freaking medieval times, and there's disease and death everywhere. And then it's just like just seeing all that like play out, because we always read about it in history books or we see documentaries about it. But the fact that we were in their world and we got to actually play and live through it, dude. All I gotta say is I wanted to take a shower after the end of the game.
Oh yeah.
It was just impressive. Just the atmosphere, the environment. Just the world they built, it was great. I mean, in a depressing way, but
it went from super pretty to super prettily and depressed.
I know, right? It has that slice. It's a slice of life feeling to the game.
Wait, what?
Slice of life.
Wait.
If the slice of your life was a Christmas fruitcake from 5 years ago, yeah, that's your slice of life right there.
Slice of life.
I think you're getting it the wrong way, man.
Dude, that's the sentence you should have used for the first question. Yeah, Plague Tale, it's like a slice of life anime. What did you like least about the game?
Oh,
There you go.
you know what?
Yep, ripping a new one. It's hunting season.
In this game, you're portrayed as like a 15-year-old girl in this world that we're talking about. Like, this this terrible environment. This 15-year-old girl who's been run down for throughout you're playing the game, and like a 5-year-old kid. You were given such a sense of vulnerability as a kid. But throughout my gameplay, it felt like I'm a god. Like,
Okay.
I'm just murdering everybody every time I get past. Like, they made it so your character is they give you the sense of vulnerability, but technically you don't have it, because you can throw a rock at everybody's head or some poison in someone's head and they die instantly. Like, throughout the game, I didn't even need to use stealth anymore.
Like
Just
cop out,
'cause-
basically. Like they made it too easy for the.
It's way too easy. Like, the environment you're set in,
Mhm.
but your gameplay do not match.
Okay.
Makes sense.
That's the thing I hate about it.
get
Like,
it.
I mean, it was awesome. Like, I'm just knocking these guys out with a rock with
Mhm.
a piece of rope, but I've seen like thousands of people die around me. I should be in that same situation, but instead have a little higher wits about my actions.
The thing that bothered me the most, like I like the least about this game, was there's some weird game mechanics, or like the game play style, I guess. Like, it felt all over the place for me when I played, because there was a time where in chapter 12 specifically, I accidentally moved too far away from one of the characters who has a torch,
Okay.
and then I accidentally die, And then you know how like it responds you at the last checkpoint?
Yeah.
I had just finished a checkpoint, so I was still in the same spot. So I just kept dying every time I reset to that checkpoint.
Oof.
Instead of putting me to a place that
Okay.
made sense,
Oh no.
I had to replay the entire chapter because I couldn't go back in checkpoints.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I had spent 20 minutes on that chapter already. I recorded it. I screamed so much. I recorded it. So like there's that.
Oof.
And then sometimes like I dodged it. Just kidding. I didn't and I die. And then I repeat the same scenes over and over again because it wasn't balanced. It wasn't consistent.
Some of the gameplay design and how the AI interacts sometimes with the pathing.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, on chapter 12, what Bajorn said, I also had a part. Wait, did everyone get to chapter 12 or past?
Yeah, everyone here has beat the game.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone's beat the game. Good.
Good job, everybody.
Good job. Handshakes all around.
So, you know, when you're in Beatrice Laboratory,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually recorded this. I clipped it. When we were walking down the middle, when you first enter the entrance
Mhm.
with Lucas, he literally walked into the rat pit and died.
Yes.
Yeah, the AI a couple of times was really weird. I didn't have like too many issues, but sometimes, especially when you're trying to run away and there's like some rats, I noticed they would either get caught or something. Then you have to turn around and hopefully they don't die in time. Oh, and then we go to chapter 9.
Me too. Oh my gosh,
chapter
me too.
9? Oh, heck no.
Yes, and during the whole section where you had to stealth through, there were a lot of times where I would mess up, like in crafting one of the things. I forgot whatever it is. I had to like craft that so many times because I was like stuck at certain parts. I was like, where do I go? And then it's like, I feel like I was punished for trial and error when I like, after like a few deaths, because there was like literally one point where I kind of messed myself up and I really couldn't. I was like trapped between rats and instead of like crafting the thing that destroys the rat, you know, the luminosa.
Yeah.
I said it uses too much material. So it's like I just like might as well kill myself and just restart. Because also with the gameplay, the material is so bad. At first, when Tubby was talking to me about it, I thought it was fine, but then it's like I got later into like the chapters. I was like, they're starting to give me stuff and I can't really go into my upgrades, which to be honest, some of those upgrades are like super useful. Like the one where you can actually sling or shot like a second time without having to like a reload or whatever. That's like a super useful one. Or the one where what is it? You can like ignite to extract enemies, or the one where you can literally like knock out people with a rock without having to do the acid
somno?
one.
Somno. There is one thing I don't like. It's like there's no manual saving rather than like where even there's no manual saving in the area. Like there's a spot that you want to like stop at,
like replay, right? Like specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was this one part when at the last chapter, it's like when you're about to push the portcullis and then all of a sudden you die. You start all the way at the beginning and you have to go back to what you have to do. You have to restart gather the materials you missed. I mean, you claimed before you died or after. And then go to that one scenery again, like every death, and then it's like I want to at least manual save this so I don't have to do all of that other crap again.
Kind of like similar to what they use in the Uncharted games, right? How you have a manual and auto. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. That's one thing
that they should have added, so it doesn't like cause players to have like this kind of issue, so they don't have to go all the way back from square one and like restart and redo everything all over again.
Crap ton of rats. That's legit what I can say. Just a crap ton of rats.
No, I agree.
Oh my gosh, they did not hold back on showing how bad. To give an idea, before the second half of the story, just how bad the Black Plague was at the time, and just how impactful it really showcased just how they treated. And you may think it's kind of out there, but I'm pretty sure it was 10 times worse.
It was just like
how
that.
That looked legit, bro.
Like how they showed it, I'm pretty sure it was probably 10 times worse than the history that they didn't even record.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
rat tornadoes, 100% happen.
I said before the second half of the game.
Okay,
yes,
sorry. Yeah, we're getting a little too
After
far.
the second half, it turned into a freaking, I don't know what that was. But in my case, I would have to say the thing I like least about the game, it's how easy it can feel, how doing some missions just feel monotonous. Like it's the same thing over and over again. Like I sort of got the tone of the game through the first few levels, and after that, some levels kind of felt kind of like, okay, you're doing the same thing over and over again, and I get it, but some parts just felt kind of dragged on. Like it could have ended there.
Okay.
Or that there's not a lot of options in terms of how you tackle it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. The only quote unquote options is when they're kind of just low key saying, hey, this is a tutorial, but don't really think it is, but it is, when they show you a new ability. Then after that, the new ability is only in play for like just that section, and then you hardly ever use it again. It's like, okay, like at the end of the game, you know, what's the point of all these other spells when all I really need, you know, is just a rock and the whatever the heck the fire is called.
So my least favorite part about the game is kind of a mixture of what everyone said. A lot of it is really going to come down to the gameplay. So similar to what Nakuso said, is I do not like the fact that the materials that you use to actually craft things you need to get through the game were the same materials that were being shared for the weapon upgrades. Like, I agree with Shai Shen towards the end. They were hitting me with like an abundant amount of materials, right? But they weren't hitting me with the ones that I needed. Materials that I had already used earlier on in the game. Like those cloths. Oh my god. Those were like hard to find. There were just certain things that were very difficult to find. I just did not like the fact that those two things were mixed. Because I wanted to enjoy spending the those other materials to create specific like ammo types.
Yeah.
You know, just to mix up the gameplay, but I was like, but if I do that, I can't upgrade this or I can't upgrade that. So like just like Tailman, I would restrict myself to using certain things, which is mostly the sling, the ignite thing, and that's pretty much it. I try to pretty much not waste anything.
Like they don't allow you to experiment different approaches. Like just to add on to his, like after I realized just how finite the thing is, after you find one method of how to take out a guard, you just sort of stick with it, and it doesn't really give you the freedom to experiment different ways, you know, to approach a stealth or offensive situation, which I kind of felt like was a missed opportunity.
I think the biggest thing that stuck with me was when you're, I think, chapter 5, and you're crawling through the dead bodies. In like the executioner's cage.
Yeah.
I think that was the most like hit on me was when you're trying to just get past and you're like, oh, okay. I mean, you just see people hanging until the point where you have to crawl through the bodies of like half-eaten corpses.
Yeah.
While your character's like, oh, the smell, but I have to do it for my brother. I think that was the biggest. Whoa, what the heck?
You're like, we're really doing this.
Like, yeah. Like, I actually have to go through here. Okay.
Yeah, and then you remember that they're not even adults; they're like teenagers. Like, oh my gosh, and they're going through this. Like, oh,
this is the whole like town right here. Like, no one's left behind now. Like, the people are actually sick, and they're just thrown into this disgusting pit of rats, basically.
And then it's scarier and when you realize that this is based on true events potentially, and you know. This probably wouldn't be too.
Well, the true event is the plague part.
Yeah, the plague.
No, it's all true, 100%.
It was like basically anytime your party was different, you had a party change.
Okay.
Because that provided the most different play feel, I guess. So like when you're partnered with Lucas,
a different dynamic between the characters.
So like because like you had Roderick who can like kill all the armored dudes because he's beefy like that.
He big.
When you have Melly who can unlock everything, and then you have her brother just like helping you get through a whole place together and stuff like that. Anytime that you had a change, even when you play as the brother, I actually really enjoyed that. Plus, that was really gruesome. the entire like torture room.
Mhm.
But that's not the point. Just like any of those times,
Oh, yeah,
I was
the
like,
torture room.
this is enjoyable for me. I enjoy this diversity instead of it's always you dragging your brother across a map.
Okay.
And hopefully he doesn't get grabbed.
I would say I agree with Bajoran. Anytime that they added a different character to the mix, it just added more gameplay variety.
Mhm.
And I enjoy the game a lot more. So I want to break this up into two things. One into the most impactful thing that I've seen, and then one into what I found the most fun. The first one is when you're going through the whole dead like farm animals, and
Mhm.
that was like disgusting. I mean, it's like it's funny because pro tip: do not eat before you do that. It's like I literally feel like sick after like going through there
Uh-huh.
Oh,
because I never
really?
seen anything like that in the game. Yeah, like I was like, wow.
That's weird because
A river
okay,
of dead
I
cows.
shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, like the dead cows and pigs and stuff, and then you got to like break that chain, and then
Oh
they like
my
all slide
God.
down, and
Yeah,
it's
that
like,
was pretty sick, though.
and it's like all like bugs and stuff, and then
I was,
you know even, it goes into like corpses and stuff you see later.
Dude, you know what's funny? They even simulated like the cow testicles too. It was quite impressive. I'm just
they
saying.
did.
Oh,
I
I
didn't notice that. I didn't go
I
back.
didn't even
and look.
notice that.
I did.
No, when you bring the
watched
pig
this
to
guy.
die, I was like, dude, that pig's a boy. You
Yeah.
can tell by the testicles.
Now that
Oh,
attention to detail. I'm just saying.
The second part is when they add. I think it might be like what is the chapter where you save Roderick?
Chapter.
oh, that's the chapter when you go into the state, or not the
The
state.
Yeah,
church.
9.
Oh,
9.
9?
The university,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
University. Yeah.
Nine.
You needed him to open the door, I believe.
Yeah, open the door
Yeah,
and
it's like
pick people up.
I think I like the end of that, and then also anytime he was in your party because it actually felt useful. It's like I was like, wow, I can actually take these guys out without
Like
having
in a
to
standard
really.
stealth game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like-
basically.
I think it was the part where you had to follow the aqueduct.
Awkward.
There's
Oh
the first
yeah.
time or the second time?
the
Yeah.
first time.
The aqueducts.
Ah,
The aqueduct.
Yeah.
the aqueduct.
The aqueducts.
The aqueduct.
But there was a choice when you're like going through this dark area and there's like a soldier that's still alive
Dude,
but
I know,
cornered by the rats.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
That's one of my favorite things because you have a choice of like what should you do with his life, and then
Mm-hmm.
it can be like a secondary thing. It's like it can make you feel better or good or worse of how you like of what your action was. It doesn't affect the gameplay. It's just like
It was,
Moral-
it was a moral
morals.
choice.
yeah.
I got you, man.
Oh, I made the worst moral choice.
like-
the siege towards the chapel. that was
Hell
fun.
yeah.
Just like controlling the rats, like suck it.
yeah, that's
now
that's
you
one
gotta
of
deal with it too.
Stealth unnecessary.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's
no.
right. I like
No,
that one too.
after that part, I'm like, okay, this is for your boy. This is all. I'm killing these suckers for him. And none of them survived. I took great glee
Good.
in watching them die from the rats.
I applaud you, Tailman. So for me, my favorite part of the game, number 1, rat tornado. I was like, this is like
yeah, that's
This
as I saw that
tornado.
happening. I'm like, what the
dude, the moment Hugo
Oh.
revealed that he could control rats, the first thing I thought of was like, I swear this game better give me the ability to do rat tornado like we saw earlier. Like that's all I could think of. So
I'm happy to know.
so when you were able to do that, I was like, dude, thumbs up. This game, fire.
It saved the game.
There was a part in the game where she's hallucinating and she's walking down a river.
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Walking
that
forward.
one.
The first thing I thought of was like in Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear
Snake-
Solid.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you're on the same
I
page.
thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it. now.
Yeah.
I know
penance?
Shaishen and Tailman, you guys killed the most.
No.
How long was that segment when you were walking forward? Like when those guys were reaching for you?
What
Like
do you
saying,
mean?
saying that you killed them.
Wait,
Like,
in,
in
In
the
the dream
hallucination?
sequence.
The-
Metal
Yeah, the
Gear?
dream
The
sequence.
penance.
Her
the
dream
penance-
sequence.
The penance.
Oh, how many? I saw a lot of arms grabbing for me, dude.
Oh,
There
so
was-
does it actually matter?
No,
Oh, wait,
that's
this
what
is-
that's what I
what?
want to know. Because mine
don't think
was
it
like
matters.
super short. No,
Really?
I literally had only like 5 or 6 people because I didn't kill a lot of people throughout the game. Actually,
Oh, you did it? Yeah, I
Oh,
killed everyone. I
never
Does
met,
it
dude.
really matter?
I don't think I
No,
don't
that-
think I ever had. I don't
That's
think I
why-
ever
that's why
realized
that's why
that.
I'm wondering. Like,
I don't think it matters because I'm looking at the wiki site,
Yeah.
It doesn't show anything. It doesn't show. I'm looking at the trivia, and it doesn't look like there's anything that says it.
All right, bad game. 1 out of 5. Pointed.
That'd be
But,
cool. though.
rat tornado. Back up.
I don't know. That's weird. I only got
Tornado.
maybe
Who is your favorite character? Say the name.
I didn't have a favorite character.
They're
I think
all terrible.
I hated all of them
Dang.
Wow, dang.
except for
Oh, here we go.
the Grand Inquisitor.
Oh shoot.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm so concerned.
Grand Inquisitor?
Everybody has their goal and their willpower, but
Their
is the
class.
form as a kid. It's so hard. They don't have like a developed backstory to them, except for what happened now. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I really don't know.
it's fine. If you say no one, that's an answer.
Yeah, probably no one for me, dude.
Okay. All right.
Roderick.
Oh hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
And then for some reason Arthur was top 3 and you barely use him. But I screamed when wink wink. Yeah, anyway, when that happened I screamed.
But Roderick. You had to pick
Yeah,
one.
Roderick.
Okay.
Roderick was a good boy.
Believe it or not,
Lucas.
About to say
Melly.
something controversial.
Hugo.
Roderick.
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
All right. Roderick Club. Welcome.
You know what?
Yeah.
Hang on.
That's it.
I don't know. I like all the characters there.
Change my mind to rats.
Archbishop.
As much as I like Amisha and Melee, I have to go with Roderick as well.
Are you saying the right name?
We're
I'm really
going
confused who
to
you're
the
talking
top.
about.
Do you say really?
That's it. But Roderick. Cool.
Yeah.
Sponsor.
Good. Join the
Alright.
club.
All right. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the Roderick fan club.
Plot twist, I chose Amisha. No kidding.
Oh, you bet. Okay.
I mean,
Who's
you still have a chance. We haven't gone to Tailman yet.
But you're so good.
I'm what? Who's Amisha?
It's fine.
Actually, where's that coin? I'm gonna choose one of those two.
Yeah,
No,
go
you
for it, dude.
decided.
No, go ahead. Go. Coin flip right now.
All right, heads for Roderick, tails for Amisha.
Who's Amisha?
You mean Amicia?
Amicia.
I'm like,
Satisha.
All right, it's heads.
Who's that?
Roderick.
All right, so we're back to where we left off.
Where you went before me.
All right, so Saul's Roderick. 3 for 3 for Roderick. All right, break it.
Hugo. Love controlling those rats. I like watching them just get eaten.
oh, Hugo.
Dude,
It's his
really?
choice.
Favorite character, Hugo?
yeah.
Are you
I like him.
serious?
All right, respect. Are you serious?
Especially when you get to control the rat. Normally he starts screaming and shouting if you're away from him for too long, which I found out the hard way once. But here he was by himself. He stepped up.
No, he really did.
No, he's like, I'm gonna save my mom. Like, I don't need my sister. I'm like, that's character progression. I like that. And
I
then
didn't-
again,
Respect.
he's all dressed up in some sick threads and he's controlling the rats like it's no one's business.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the Rat
Yeah.
Lord,
Woo.
Rat King.
Good. He is the literal rat king.
My favorite character, Roderick Club. 4 out of 4. Next question.
Roderick Club. Roderick Club.
Bouncing off the last question. Who was your least favorite character?
Least favorite? Man,
Man, the people that
Elise,
killed the
'cause he
rats.
killed my boys.
beginning Hugo.
Oh, dang,
You know
beginning
how
Hugo.
irritated I was with
Oh,
this
hell
kid? I was
yeah.
like, dude. I mean, it does portray like a 5-year-old mentality. Like
Yeah.
you are running with this 5-year-old kid, and you
Okay.
as a player, you know, I mean, you're still running off Amelia's feelings. I mean, they're all valid,
Amisha?
but then, I mean, yeah, Misha. But once Hugo
Amicia?
starts like, no, I don't want to freaking. I don't want to listen to you. And it's just I feel like it just starts becoming a rat chase just to get this guy.
I was gonna say the mom. Honestly, I was really torn between saying like early game Hugo and then the mom, and I'm just like, okay, where does this all stem from? The reason I dislike early game Hugo is because of the mom, and the mom in general. I can't really care about
Okay.
in any way. And the way she goes about things, I'm just like, this is so unnecessary. Do you see that you are being tortured and like all these things are happening because you could have done this a different way, and this is what you decide to do. And
I mean, like, if she just told the truth to everyone in her family?
told, or like even just enough, just be like, okay, this is like sort of the thing.
Yeah,
Blah,
that
blah,
was
blah.
definitely annoying.
Yeah.
So that's annoying. And then it's sort of like
I don't know why she didn't for story reasons. It's because of the church.
because she's
alchemy.
an alchemist. She doesn't
It's
talk
like
about it.
heresy, and like they would probably like burn them at the stake and stuff during that
But
time.
like, just like
Witchcraft.
her daughter is old enough to understand,
Yeah.
Like that was irritating, and then also the fact that like it's like the mom doesn't do anything to sort of defend her daughter.
Oh, like she's
brother.
playing favorite, right? Favorite.
Yeah, I'm just like, I understand your son is going through some crap right now, but this is your daughter.
She's
Like,
been
and
through a
she's
lot.
doing so much. She is traumatized by all this plague and bloodshed and killing someone, more than one, especially if you're Teoman or Shaishen.
There's a lot
She's
of blood
done
in her
so
hands.
much for a brother she didn't get to know until like crap went and hit the fan.
Let's say early game Hugo.
Early game Hugo. Okay.
Yeah.
Same reason as Shaishen, most likely.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
any
Then
kid plot
then
device.
Hugo comes. I like him at the end.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right, so your turn. Who is your least favorite character?
Those siblings of similar ages is what I mean.
Ah, gotcha.
There are siblings of similar ages.
Oh no.
So, you there?
He needs to think.
Oh,
He can't even hate a character.
No,
I know.
wasn't his
That's
answer in the
cold
first one
heart.
was he liked all of them?
Yes, he liked all of them, including Grand Inquisitor and Nicholas.
But
Oh,
he-
except
no
for
rat.
that too.
but he-
oh, there we go. Just
There you go. He's the
difference.
answer.
wait, what did he
Least
say?
liked,
Who's your least like?
except
Sir
for Nicholas
Nicholas.
and Grand Inquisitor.
Sir
Nicholas
Nicholas.
is kind of cool, actually.
Okay, they're easy.
Oh yeah, he
See?
was. I'll admit he is cool, but he's just like he's the one that started. He's the one that started like going after them. No, wait, that was actually the
Grand Inquisitor.
So wait, your answer is
Nicholas.
The Grand Inquisitor.
the Grand
Oh.
Inquisitor. Good.
Admittedly, early game Hugo.
Hell yeah.
I just can't hate him. I just don't like what he did, but I understand that he's a 5-year-old, so I let it pass. But I'm not gonna be happy about it. I'm like,
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. I'm like, here I go killing again. Trying to get these I got. I was like,
Not again.
My least favorite character. Oh, man, I agree with a lot of you guys about early game Hugo, but
Roderick.
since he develops, I can't put him there. I always say the Grand Inquisitor. I really don't care about what he's trying to do. I don't even understand what he's trying to do.
No,
He's kind of just
Towards
doing
the
the
end.
he's just doing the basic villain thing. No,
He's
I
too
don't-
basic.
yeah, he really was too basic.
he was just trying to
He just
control the
seemed-
rats
he wanted-
just to get political power. That's it. Because he
Just want to
said
sell
he
rat
stopped the
poison.
poison.
Or he wanted to save the world, quote unquote.
Yeah. You want you to buy rat poison and more rat traps. If you could play the game from another character's point of view, who would you choose?
Ooh, can't think. Hugo. I mean, that's an option, right? But
Yeah, that's an option.
what? You're gonna get a headache every 10 minutes you're playing the game. What?
Gosh.
Yeah, VR
I mean, to
only
be
though.
fair, the headache. Okay, never mind.
But who else, right? If you're
Mhm.
Arthur and whatever the side characters, right? I don't know anything about them because this plague happened right when the game starts.
Yeah.
So I mean, what? I'm living their life as them playing Farm Simulator inside the castle. I mean, the thieves, right? I mean, if anything, the only thing I would go to is, what's the girl's name? What's the thief?
Melee.
Melly.
Melee.
Yeah, if I would go on her side of the path where I would use her and have more of a stealth option.
So for you it'd be Melee.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean it's kind of hard. I mean, I don't know you guys. I want to hear what you
We'll
guys
have to
say.
find out.
Yeah.
All right, but Jordan.
So the way I would see it is like, example, Bioshock Infinite has DLC where you play as Elizabeth, and that's
true.
slightly different. For me, I see it as they could, if they were to do this, it'd be like not necessarily DLC, but like another story. You play as the twins, and then there's some, you know how there's some scenes where like you have more interactions with Melly or like randomly Arthur exists.
Mhm.
So then you might play that one chapter where the twins save you. You can play from Melly's point of view where you're helping and what the frick is her name? Whatever her name is. If you help her through like directly, and then you could also play as Arthur, who's like doing all the sabotaging on the sides and not getting caught. So it's like you play a few of those chapters as the twins, but that would just be add-on content instead of like a full game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like you would have like when Melly escapes with you, and then you have Arthur running away from the peoples,
Mm-hmm.
the Inquisitors, because like he couldn't catch up with you guys, so he has to like change it up. So like you have that chapter where he's running away, and then you have her side chapter where that happens. It's kind of like what they did in Resident Evil 6.
Pretty much, I had the exact same thing as Bajoran.
Yay!
Oh,
Like exactly.
Friendship.
Pretty much. I mean, switching between the two at any time would be cool. Having different abilities. Maybe Millie is more stealth focused and taking out enemies, while Arthur would also be more like not as strong, but somewhat like Roderick, where he can do more direct takedowns. Maybe she has more of a ranged takedown. I think it'd be a cool aspect switching between two characters, or dare I say it, if they had co-op and you control one of each character.
Like Resident Evil 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Wrong game.
What are you talking about?
Oh no, it's like Resident Evil 5 now. No, stop.
I want to change it up. I want to say like Nicholas's point of view.
Whoa! All right, explain.
Oh, playing as an Inquisitor.
Yeah,
that would be interesting. Yeah,
the Inquisition. That's actually pretty cool.
Because he's probably, because when you think of it this way, what do you think he was doing, like after trying to find the kids, or was he like trying to find like something? Is he like doing some other? Is he doing?
I think it's just slaughtering villages.
I think he's just killing people.
Oh, Slaughter
There's that.
DLC. It's just hack and slash.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah. Maybe like around like the time when he was raiding the Darune's estate, like seeing what he was doing while his while his soldiers are like trying to interrogate and slaughter the
troopers.
Yeah, stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers.
It's a Star Wars now, boys. I just say the Inquisitors in general.
Okay.
But I don't know if people would be willing to do that because it's just a whole backlash.
Yeah.
Because it's just a religious thing.
Listen, it's just hypothetical, you know. Just
no, but the only reason that works is because every time they use religion in a game, or they usually show like a sect of that group that is like totally like not with them.
Yeah,
like that archbishop was trying to like excommunicate him.
Yeah,
like you're not following the thing, yo. So like this is obviously a group of
maybe
not the good guys.
Maybe they could look at the group that was corrupt. There we go.
Exactly. So like this would only work if they really emphasize the fact that they were separate from the main church.
Yeah, and there was no denying that there was a lot of corruption going on in those said groups. Like,
but they don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, they just want to try and frame them as a whole.
Which is interesting. I would like to still play it on Hugo's side, but I would like to play it when his powers are more developed.
And more old,
I don't want just rat tornado. I want like a rat flood, rat tsunami,
maybe like when like during like that month
rat avalanche.
Dude, I just want
rat avalanche.
I just want to
like that
play with the rats more. That was just fun.
Just see, I told you, rats.
Yeah, it's just like hearing their screams and actually, never mind.
What?
Remember, it's everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk?
Next question. Question 11. What did you think about the ending of the game?
Ending.
What ending?
Dude, the ending of the game was so subpar to how much they wanted to lead up to.
Okay.
I mean, what? This guy, I mean, you don't even know how this guy got his powers. I mean, it was told that his rats, were the ones sucking all the other blood, and they're like specially made. None of this stuff was kind of like enhanced to the point where, oh, this is the guy I need to kill. Except, I mean, it's the family thing, right? But his power was just explained as, oh, we just became blood brother. I became a blood brother with your 5-year-old kid. The amount of everything you're just told of what happens does not amount to why I'm killing this man. I mean, the family thing. I mean, that sets it up. But for me, it wasn't enough. I mean, this guy he was a octopus rat man.
Octopus
rat. And then, I mean, it wasn't even punishing to me. Like it wasn't even there was no urgency of what I was doing. Just the fact that I'm moving left and right a couple feet. every couple seconds
Yeah.
and tossing a piece of embers towards rat tornadoes.
Hitting your face with a rock.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said before. This game started to become more of a interactive story because there's no everything felt so safe.
I thought it was like from like toward the beginning towards almost the end. It was like the depth, like the weight of what was happening was like enough. Like it wasn't the best, but it was good. It was good enough. It was fine. But then like leading up to like the boss fight and then the actual boss fight, the boss fight had 3 layers and only 3 different attacks. And actually the only reason I messed up on the boss fight so much was the clunky mechanics of switching between my ammo. That was really the only reason it was hard, was because of their game mechanics, not because the boss itself was hard. So like what Shai said, it's like they were leading up to something, and then it kind of became a fever dream of rats. It sounds like we're overdoing this rat thing, but if someone plays this game, they'll understand that the rats was really heavy.
Yeah.
They really were.
It was like, wow, I used to get really like anxious when the music played, and then at one point it was just like, okay, things are happening. Here we are.
Oh no.
Final boss. It's like, can you die sooner so that I can hurry up for video game book club, because I don't care anymore, because you killed people that I may or may not have cared about, because Arthur could have been cared about, and then they killed Roderick, which I actually care about. And I'm just like, there's no reason anymore. And then Melly didn't even stay around. She didn't do anything except knock that one guy out.
She kind of just left, too.
Yeah. So like that whole interaction was like, this last chapter was super strange. They're like, quickly put it together. We can't keep the flow anymore. We have to finish this game. And it was like, you guys could have been better than like a 6 out of 10 stars.
The last chapter, I actually liked the last chapter building up. I thought it was pretty cool. Like, you know, you have this power over the rats, and you're actually like taking a fight to them. And then it's like just cool, just like going and controlling like the rats as you're just like going closer and closer to the cathedral. I actually found that pretty fun.
Like you could play like super aggressively, right? Like use a player stuff.
Yeah, you can use that. You can also use like you know, I feel like the gameplay variety. I just feel like when you have that power, gave it a lot more, because you can control the rats in different ways or attack, and then you can combine your items, like taking out like their lanterns and stuff, and then using their rats. So it was
that's true.
That was the only good part about it, was fighting. The aggressiveness of it was
and
great.
then I found that when you're actually going up to that, before you enter the cathedral, you have all those guards coming out, and then you go just unleashes all those rats, and then it's like, I don't know, that was actually just pretty cool, like the whole build up. And then we get to the boss.
Then we get to
well.
The boss?
The boss fight I was like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. It's like it's like the rats symbolize different sides.
Dark. Okay, just kidding.
Yeah, one being more pure, like purity, representing like cathedral, the church and stuff, and then you have the tainted one from their family. So it's actually a pretty good theme in terms of like both of you fighting. I found it pretty cool. I don't know why, but that boss gave me a lot of trouble with dying. I kept getting like hit because I'm trying to switch to different stuff like really quickly. And it's like I'm just trying to like turn around. But eventually it's like I was like, okay, it's actually not that hard, because Hugo always like says Amicia like move, and that's like when it's going to come down to slam.
Yeah, that's a really good cue that you need to get out.
Yeah, if you listen to that, and then first two, then it's like, okay, the first two was good, but the third one was annoying because you have to like switch between your extinguishing the rats so they don't block you, but you don't have like a lot of space to move because there's like a rat tornadoes coming towards you. So I died a couple of times on like the final hit. It was really annoying. I'm so glad you could skip the cutscenes though, because when I like kept restarting, I was like, oh my god, please tell me I don't have to watch a cutscene over again.
If you've gone the
Luckily-
wrong direction, you run into the white rats instead of your own rats.
Yeah, I did that by mistake. Oh my goodness. It was tedious. I thought it was like going to change up. I mean, it changed up the first time, but I thought it was going to change up a third time for the last phase.
Mhm.
But it's pretty much the same. I was super disappointed when like it went to like the credits after that. I said, that's it?
That's it. You just
Sick.
gonna give him the old evil eye, and that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it? And then it's like,
17 is
okay.
even real. You
Then
get an
I went to 17. 3 days later,
That-
I was like, what?
Right?
What happened? Like, what happened? They rescued, their mother. They didn't like. I thought it was gonna be like 20 minutes or something, like them reuniting, and then like,
Nope.
she like telling them like she's sorry for keeping a secret. No, they all patch up.
I'm sorry, I
And,
favored your brother more.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I was like, oh, that could have, made her like
Built her
also
character
increase her
more.
character.
The
Then-
Nelly leaving.
Yeah, she just left. I was like, why did she? They don't even explain it. Even if they want a sequel, at least explain like
why she
why
left.
she left. Even if it's like from her own thoughts, that chapter needed to be a lot longer. They needed to flesh out, stuff. And you know what they also needed to do? They should have had a funeral for Roderick and Arthur.
Exactly.
Like,
That's exactly what I was
yeah.
thinking. They didn't even do a funeral.
Finally.
Bury them at the castle or something. That would have been really cute.
They just did.
They should have gave that Grand Inquisitor like a worse death, like what they did for Nicholas.
Oh.
Something more traumatic.
Other than getting hit in the head
Yep.
with a rock.
Like, him actually
I
getting.
thought hit
eaten.
head of the rock would be more embarrassing.
Actually, no, that's like that for me.
Imagine dying
That's
'cause of
like
a rock.
that's
Should have put a
That's like-
rat on the rock then threw it at him.
like the disrespect to get smacked in the head
Yeah,
by
By a
a sling.
rock and die. It's like that's
I mean,
Yeah, that
it would have
disrespect.
been really cool, like to see the white rats finally turn against the Grand Inquisitor and like just like carry him off, like having an off-screen death. Just hearing his having him like a slow and painful
Why
death.
yeah.
Why am I
Oh,
imagining?
yeah.
Why am I imagining in Ratatouille when they take them into the freezer?
Yeah, just like that. Put him in a freezer. That would be a good
Oh, yeah.
plot element too. If like Hugo like overpowers him with the white and the black
Yeah.
rats. Yeah, that'd actually be pretty.
the lead up towards when you're walking with the whole army of rats. Just like it felt like some stuff was about to go down, and then the payoff was it was so disappointing. Like, it just yeah, it sucked.
Okay.
Straight up. I'm still kind of just
Yeah, pretty much what you guys said. Ending was kind of trash. Build up, really great. I like the whole storming the castle at the very end.
Rat
Church.
siege.
Rat
The
church.
church.
Sorry, at the rat church was really cool. The boss fight. I mean, I kind of like the idea of like creating rat tornadoes and launching them. I kind of
okay. That was
I kind of just wish like he would create it and then like just freaking force push the rat tornado like really fast. Would have been sick. But
Or make a
Maybe-
rat tsunami.
yeah, rat tsunami would have worked. The ending itself was I was actually shocked how bad it was. Like
it was.
like he just kind of just dies and then the credits roll. I was kind of actually really mad it ended like that. And then
You're mad.
and then I was
Shoot.
like, no, there's no way it can end like this. And then you skip the credits and then it shows like, the fair scene.
Yeah,
And then I was like, by the end of that, I felt like even if they didn't include that, my feelings were still the same about the ending. Like there was no point in that. That was just like a band-aid
Fluff.
trying to fix, just fluff, extra fluff. But it didn't work out. And then the other thing I'll add about the ending, this is probably just me, because I don't know what I was thinking. But during the final boss fight, right? How you have the different colored rats on the ground.
Yeah.
For some reason, because when you first start it, there's a line, but there's no rats. For some reason, I just stood there like the entire time because I was programmed already to this point to avoid all the rats. So I just stood there thinking I could dodge in that little space. So it was really stupid. I should have known, especially since the beginning part kind of like hints it that you're walking and they're moving away. But
Mhm.
I was really
So we can all agree that the ending was pretty
trash.
ratchet.
It belongs in the trash
Trash.
like the rats.
It could have been.
I
it could
made a
have been-
pun and you just ignored it because you said trash. I said ratchet. I'm
Garbage.
upset.
Ratchet.
I made a pun. I was so ready.
Acknowledge your
I'm
pun.
so sad. Thank you.
I changed my mind. We'll add 0.5s to this thing. Let's go back to Shai Shen.
I love that red
Oh,
tone.
solid 3.
Still solid 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Majoran?
It's still a 3.
Okay.
I'll give it a 3.5.
Same here with Nakaso.
Okay.
3.5.
Yo, man.
5 out of 5. Sure, the game has its flaws.
IGN review.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 on the frats though. Actually, I'm gonna give it a solid 3. Like Shai now, I'm thinking about it. Ollie, please.
I give the game a 3 out of 5. That's just 3. All right, and there you go. That concludes the whole video game book club episode 1 for the Plague Tale. We're gonna try to do this every single month, like towards the end.
This could be a podcast, actually.
Yeah. Everyone, thank you for watching. Yeah, let us know what you thought of a Plague Tale if you actually played it, and let us know how wrong we are. just watch. There's gonna be people who come in and are like,
or let us know how right we are.
anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next episode of Video Game Book Club. Take care, everybody.